We're not good.
All right, now we're
Okay,
good.
now we're not good. No, we're not good anymore.
We're still good.
No,
We're
No,
still
we're
good.
officially good. Let me do this again. 1, 2, 3. Now we're good. Okay.
I hurt
You don't get to decide.
myself today.
You don't get to decide if we're good.
Everything that we talked about previously is now the lost podcast.
It is.
It'll never be heard.
It'll never
Never
ever
be
be
said.
heard. What did it? How did we? Fuck it. All right. Anyway, well, what we were talking about before is
Porn.
Not porn. We
were talking
that's
about porn, actually.
I mean, they do
When
have.
did you guys start talking about
True
porn?
statement.
When did I miss that?
I hear yours.
No. Anyway, so we were talking about the differences between AAA games and indie games, and why one's usually better than the other. We were talking mostly in support for indie games, and Matt, you brought up an example. Vampire Survivors was one of them, right?
No.
All right.
Well, I
me.
mean, I was talking about like
That wasn't Matt.
that wasn't Matt. That was who the fuck was that?
It was me.
It wasn't.
It was me.
All right. I'm a terrible listener. Then I'm so sorry.
I just
Anyway.
said no because I'm
Alright.
fucking with you.
Oh, that was so good.
I control your
We
mind.
should probably introduce our voices.
No.
Yeah,
Right.
Alan, you wanna introduce
So-
yourself? What do you do and
so-
where you're from?
Oh, I don't want to get that personal.
Yes.
Okay.
What is your age and social security number?
Can
Mhm.
I get the those three wacky numbers on the back of your credit?
There's 3 funny numbers on the back. Yeah. Also, what's your mom's maiden name?
Yeah, your
I
sip.
don't know.
You actually probably don't.
Oh,
Like,
that's
I
a
don't
little
care.
sad. That's a little sad.
It's not.
I'm bummed out now.
What's
Alright,
your mom's
let's-
maiden name?
this all went to shit. Just cancel it. Cancel the whole thing.
Yeah, wrap it up.
What's-
We gave it a good try.
What's your social security number?
1, 2, 3, 4,
No. No.
5, 6.
Five.
8675309. So Vampire Survivor is an interesting game.
Yeah, thank you, Michael. This is Michael, by the way. Hello, Michael. Yeah, I figured that would happen. Okay.
That's
Well,
my
Michael,
fault.
aren't you gonna say something? Why isn't
Yeah.
Michael saying anything?
Anyway,
So-
finish your thought, please. I'm sorry for interrupting.
Thoughts? You're being generous.
He was just saying about Vampire Survivor, but what do you think actually makes Vampire Survivor a successful game? Do you think it's
What do you
actually a good game, or do you think it's just because it's something that you can kind of just put on and not really pay that much attention to?
I think it's
Or do you think it's the actual dopamine of opening the boxes and unlocking the things?
yeah, I think it's a combination of like you don't have to try very hard in that game to be somewhat, I don't know, good at it. Maybe, right? Is there even a
Right.
skill in that game? I wouldn't say
Yes, the skill to move around and dodge. And to remember what
Dude,
combinations you
oh.
need for weapons.
I watched. Well, even that, like, you don't even have to do that because that's a book in the game that you can unlock that just shows you all of them. But it's
You're
like,
playing the game
I
correctly if
saw-
you're not playing.
Yeah.
That's the best way to play it.
Is that?
Outside of, but that's the thing. They then added like a boss fight that you do actually have to play. Like,
Okay.
and
God, you were
There-
complaining all
there's-
about on Twitter about that. Ooh, I never seen you so mad.
I did complain about it.
Did you really?
I don't want to play
No.
a game in this game.
No,
I want to
didn't know you were an
gamble.
active
My
Twitter user.
dopamine.
But
It's fucking
there-
lying.
And there's a lot of like secret levels and stuff that require like input and actively trying to beat them. And it's like I don't know. I want to know. It'd be really interesting to see the amount of people. Like, I know the game's super small and probably doesn't track like any data, but it would be really interesting to see the amount of people who actually like unlock past the first like set of characters, or get past the 3 main levels and see all the secret levels and bonus levels and stuff.
You just want to see like the average stopping point.
Yeah, because I feel like it can't be that far. Like,
Okay.
I know I'm a freak example because I've 100%ed the game every time a new achievement comes out. But like, it's got to be for most people. They get in and they unlock like the milk factory, and they go like, that was kind of fun. This level's kind of hard. That's fine. And then they just drop the game because it's a super simple game.
Okay.
But like, I would love to see that split to see like how many people like put extreme amounts of time into the game.
Yeah, that would be interesting to think about because I didn't put too many hours into it, but for the time that I did play, it was a lot of fun. Man, I don't know what it is. I think it's like seeing like the high numbers get higher. Maybe for me, it's kind of satisfying. Maybe that's why I go back and play it.
They're doing that on purpose.
Yeah,
It's like crack.
but my thing with indie games now is like a lot of them are roguelikes now. Like almost every indie game that's been coming out
Yeah,
is like completely roguelike.
they shove roguelite into it.
It's just an easy thing to
It is.
get
an
people to
easy
play your
way.
game repeatedly.
It's an easy way to guarantee replay value.
Yeah, and I think that's probably, this biggest selling point maybe? Or most indie game selling points is probably the roguelike.
I mean, bearing like not every indie game coming out nowadays is
No.
roguelike, but
No, but a lot of them are. Probably the perfect example is Hades, but is that a AAA title, do you think? Or you think that's more indie?
Hades is definitely indie.
You think so? They're the same company that did, what was it, Transistor and...
Just because their
Gotcha.
previous games were successful, it doesn't mean that they're, relegated to being a AAA like games. Like they're still indie games. They're still small in scale.
Okay. I can see that now.
Like, going to your example of like, a lot of games coming out being roguelikes and being successful, like Inscription was in some areas a roguelike.
Yeah.
Description was great.
Yeah. Another good game. It's got, I think I watched, who was it? It was Matt that played it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was really good. Had a cool art style and everything, and it's definitely
Very
really
interesting
creative.
story.
Yeah. But I don't know. Do you think we're losing that with a lot of AAA stuff that's coming out now? Like, what, God of War just came out.
Well,
don't know
I
if
think
any of y'all played that yet.
God of
I'm-
War, to
I'm
be
almost
fair
done
though,
with
they
it.
really switched the focus of destroy everything to redemption in a way, or attempted redemption of the main character, and that helps
Well, I
in
feel
character development.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of what made God of War successful when it got rebooted in general was the fact that it went from like sort of a minimal story with like a big overarching story, but a really minimal story per game sort of thing, like a hack and slash, turn your brain off, cool violence, to something that had, a story and a character that was interesting in adult Kratos, or old man Kratos.
Yeah. I agree.
Atreus. Yeah. I've noticed that a lot of AAA games nowadays are just these immaculate-looking single-player narrative experiences.
Yeah, like most of them are pretty much interactive movies now. At least, like like The Last of Us, and fucking Uncharted, all those games and stuff.
I'll say I'm pretty far into God of War. I don't know if I'm towards the end of it, but like I've clocked in like 35 hours.
Okay.
And it's
And I've
just
heard
like,
that game's like 80 plus.
Is it really? Holy shit.
well, if you
Yeah.
do everything, it probably is, because there's like
Well,
every single time I get side quests, there's another side quest like I get during that side quest.
Yeah, that's the thing. I've heard
Side
that like doing everything is insanely long, but I've heard even like trying to go through it quickly is also like almost problematically long. Like I've seen a lot of like articles and people talking about like this game is just too long for any normal person to play. But at the same time, I feel like that game markets to people who the majority of them wouldn't really care. They'd be fine playing it over like a fucking year. Like,
Yeah, I
because
add
I
on
feel
to
like all those AAA games kind of just market to people who want that cool story and don't really actually play games. They pick up their one really cool thing or their one thing that I played God of War on PS2 and this has Blades of Chaos in it. Like,
Yeah. But that's interesting, man, because God of War is still doing really good, but like there's a whole generation now that probably didn't even play the originals. So like how do they I don't know, how do they factor that into like the new God of War? Do they even like talk about it at all? Because like I played a little bit of the first game.
They do. They did in the 2018 game too.
Okay.
Like it's
Because
They
like
frame it,
obviously,
yeah.
obviously the new God of War is like completely different from like the originals.
Yeah.
Kratos is what, more chill, maybe, you know?
because he did the thing.
Yeah, he's Daddy Kratos now. Well, again.
Daddy Kratos.
Yeah. I don't know. It's interesting to think about. So, do you think they would ever go back and do a remake to the first 3 God of Wars, or like all
I don't
the,
know, man. I heard
all
that
the
they're
ones?
doing they're gonna come out with a remaster
Is there money in it?
of
Oh yeah,
Until
probably.
or not
That's the
Until
answer.
Dawn. Fucking God.
I
what was
haven't
it?
thought about that, but that's a good point. The fact that they haven't done a remake of
Yeah.
the originals.
It would.
I guess they're
Probably
probably
so.
like, they're probably just like, well, why confuse people?
Maybe.
Because it's the games industry.
Yeah, but there's so many
Wii
remakes
U.
coming out.
So,
You remember the
care?
Wii U? Parents don't.
Man, I was having this conversation at work too. A guy like adamantly hates remakes of video games that like have come out like 10 plus years ago. And he said his number one, or he, like the thing that he hated the most was like the Last of Us remake that just came
See-
out on PS5.
But that remade a game that so recently came out though. I think remakes are great if it's like 10 plus years or something.
Yeah, I agree.
I like remakes of quality of life.
But like even I was like, Last of Us, what the? It
I
doesn't
don't-
need this.
Yeah, I don't think
Well,
Last of Us needed it.
The thing is, yeah, I think the Last of Us remake, I mean, yeah, it was kind of cash grabby, but I feel like it was more of a remake in order to up-gen it, because wasn't it, that was like the PS5 port or whatever?
Yeah, I
That
think
was
that's
the remake?
yeah.
Yeah,
Like, I feel like that
first
was
game
more
came
the
out-
reason of it.
It came out. The first game came out late in the PS3 life cycle.
Yeah.
Then the remaster came out on launch for PS4, and then the new re-release came out like I want to say like what 2-3 years into PS5.
Something like that.
I don't know. I think stuff like that is weird, but I don't know.
But like, a good example,
Well,
probably the best example, obviously, is Final Fantasy VII remake. I can gush about that game for ages.
I don't really consider that.
I
a
can
remake,
talk about
though.
how that's
Yeah.
a different game.
That's
But
I
I
mean,
can talk about how
yeah.
I didn't like that game.
Okay, yeah, I could see both sides of it, but I personally loved it. I think it's great. It's definitely a different game. I will agree on that. But, man, there's some other games that could use some remakes, though.
yeah, like Horizon
It's
Zero
also
Dawn.
Hogs of War.
it's all
Hogs of War. Yeah, that's a good one.
Absolutely.
also,
You know
like,
it's been on Win 7
a
right
lot
now.
of it is like licensing and trying to find rights and who the freak owns this game and
That's true.
all that.
And like the studio who would actually
Oh,
do it.
Licensing.
This studio owned this game and then they got bought by this company and this company doesn't even know that they have Hogs of War.
Yeah.
And
I know who has Hogs of War. But
Who's got Hogs of War?
Bruh, speaking of
Michael,
licensing,
he
Yeah,
has
Mike-
exclusive rights to it.
I paid 1 nickel and I have
He got a nickel in his pocket lint and a used receipt from Starbucks or something.
But
See,
speaking of
that's the thing.
licensing,
He got it for so cheap, but he had to pay so many lawyer fees to get
Yeah.
like the paperwork signed.
no, I didn't. I just signed it my
I
damn
kept
self.
telling him it wasn't worth it.
Yeah, but he just upscaled the graphics a little bit. Set it
Seen
up.
how the
That's
Crisis
how
Core
copyright works.
remake
But
looks?
The remake looks great for Crisis Core. I'm excited for it. That's
But
coming
like,
out. next
speaking
week.
of licensing, though, fucking Dark Cloud 3, fucking let Level 5 do it, Sony. God damn it.
Wait, Mike, they already did release it.
Did they do Dark Cloud 3? I must have missed that.
No,
Yeah, it's called Rogue Galaxy.
that's not it though.
Oh yeah.
Talking about it, it's called Rogue Galaxy.
That's not it. That it started as Dark Cloud 3, but it changed because they're anuses.
I think you're just trying to.
I'm mad about it. Okay.
Understandable. I totally get it.
I've been wanting Dark Cloud 3 forever. God damn it! I want better fishing and fish battles.
So, this is a side topic I want to bring up. Just wanted to figure out to ask you guys, how do y'all feel about like sequels to games that came out like 15 years ago?
Most of the time, it's never done well.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, I
my
would say it
example in my
depends
brain is
on
Psychonauts
when it's
2.
being done.
I love Space Jam 2.
Psychonauts 2.
Psychonauts 2 did well. I'll give you that. That's a great example of an exception. I love 2.
Okay.
I
haven't
think
played
it
any of
depends a lot on the
Well, wait. Well,
on the studio putting it out.
technically, Psychonauts 2 isn't a sequel of 1. It's like a sequel to the VR game, Rhombus of Ruin.
I mean, but like we're talking about like
Not that existed.
full.
Right?
Yeah, that's the thing. But like that was to kind of get interest in the sequel.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
it's
they were
true.
also trying to make that sequel for like a very long time.
Yeah.
Like,
glad
I
they did
remember
it.
him talking about it forever ago.
It was one of those times where it's like, oh, they took so long, but actually it's okay.
Yeah.
Like it actually worked out, and I'm so happy about
That's
it.
that's how I think about it. Like it depends a lot on who's making it and how much they like want to do it. Like if it's just something that gets announced, it's usually like a why? Like you should have just let it die. Like Mass Effect 4 is gonna exist apparently at this rate.
Wait,
It's
what?
like none of the people who cared about that project are there, and that's not gonna be fun. Like, but something like Psychonauts 2, where you have like years of the dev team or the creators trying to make that game, so that you know when the sequel does come out, it's like, oh, they finally made it. Thank God.
Okay.
But then I would say the flip side to that, to play my own devil's argument, is Bayonetta 3
Is that good?
and Bayonetta 2. I'd say possibly.
2 is just the perfect Christmas game, though. Let's be fair.
It's like that was a game that they definitely wanted to make for a very long time, and it took forever because they had to get Nintendo backing. And then when they did it, it was kind of a mid game compared to the other projects they had put out.
I still haven't played it yet, but like the more I hear about it, like I'd be like, see, I love jank and I love like really poor playing games. Like I get a personal enjoyment out of that. So I know that I'm gonna have fun playing it. But like every single screenshot I see on it looks so goofy.
For Bayo 3.
For what?
Yeah, for Bayo 3.
Okay.
Like I still haven't got the chance to play like the last game that that Platinum released. The fucking where he plays like the cops with the
Oh.
Okay.
Astro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I played that one.
Yeah, I have it. I still haven't like gotten around to playing it because
Yeah, I
much
I
like
couldn't
God of
get
War.
into it because it was on Switch, and that controller is kind of weird with how you actually control the stuff.
Yeah.
So I kind of bounced off of it pretty quick, but
Also, I heard it's like 50 hours long. So
yeah.
It's yeah. It's about that long. It's fun though. It's like once you get well, it's one of those games that like takes forever to get all your abilities. Like you don't get everything until like maybe 30 hours into the game.
But I mean, that's good
once
though,
you get
because
to
you
that
don't want
point-
you don't want to have the whole combat system unlocked from the beginning.
I guess
Because
so.
then you'll never get any you'll never feel any like difference to the combat.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's a sense of progress, maybe, but I don't know. I don't like being locked behind things for too long, you know, in games. Like, I like just being able to, like, play the game, you know? Like, I just want to, like, everything available right there.
Then you know what? AAA games are just for you, my friend.
You know, maybe? I don't know.
This full game called Heavy Rain.
Heavy... Jesus Christ. Is that a AAA game? I don't know. I don't think so. Well... No, right? I don't think it's a AAA
Don't
game.
even entertain that thought.
I don't know what it is. It's just probably your own thing. But I don't know. Maybe so. Like, God, what's a good example of a game that gives you everything right away?
What about games that give you everything right away, but
Any
then
Metroid
take
game?
it away?
Any
Ah,
Metroid games?
dude, I fucking hate that shit in video games. But they give you everything. Like you're supposed to be like this max powered hype
Like you
beast
get
or
like
whatever.
half a level with
Yeah.
like all your abilities.
Yeah.
It's in
and then
every
they-
God of War, every Metroid. Like you start off with like your full move set, and then something happens and you lose it, and then you have
Yeah,
to just
I
get back
fucking
the original move set
hate that. I hate it
plus
so
like
much.
some new things.
Yeah, it's the worst. I hate it. Fucking what did that recently? There was one game.
Recently, God of War did that. You like in Ragnarok when you start the game off, like you have your original move set from the very beginning of the first game. Like with new weapons, of course, but like
Okay.
you have the same move set from the very beginning of the game. Not all the stuff that you unlocked like by playing through it. So like you have to re-unlock the stuff that you got playing through the first game, or 2018 game, in the new game.
Okay.
So like if you play them back to back, which I didn't do, I played the 2018 one
That
when it came
sounds-
out.
That sounds intense.
Jeez.
But it's just like you kind of have to re-earn everything.
Yeah, that's true. God, man, I was trying to think of examples of games, and I know there's some out there, and I can't think of any right now. I want to say Devil May Cry, but I know that's not right.
Wait, what are you looking at? Stuff that like you lose your stuff?
Yeah, like you start off with everything, and then something happens, and you have to start from like level 1 or something like that.
Oh, yeah, that's what I was saying. Metroid. Any Metroid game you start off, you usually start the game like if you're playing the sequels, you start with the upgraded armor from the previous game, and
Okay.
like
Yeah, I do remember that.
then you lose it.
It's
I don't know if
almost
they
like
did that for Crash.
exclusively. No, they didn't. It's almost like exclusively in like Fusion and Super.
Okay,
Super
see, because
Metroid.
I didn't
like
play
all
Dread.
the Prime games don't do that. Dread doesn't do that.
Kingdom Hearts.
I don't know
does
about
that.
other M, but
Kingdom
yeah,
Hearts
Kingdom
is a
does do
great
that.
example for that.
But
Yeah.
Kingdom Hearts is also complete nonsense.
It
so.
is.
But also, Kingdom Hearts does that in
We
a different way.
establish ourselves as Kingdom Hearts complete nonsense podcast.
Yeah,
We just take that firm stance.
I fucking can't stand it, man. It was cool in 2005. After 2, it just kind of fell off.
Shit, I look past the bad story and just play for the gameplay.
But even the
Also-
gameplay's not fun.
Also, I still enjoy the
Yeah,
Disney
the
stuff.
gameplay's
I
not
don't even
fun.
care.
Dude, I don't want
As
to
someone who
fucking ride
didn't
a
grow
Disney
up with
ride.
Disney, yeah, as someone who didn't grow up with Disney, I've really enjoyed 2 because like some of the bosses are legitimately hard and some of the combat was fun,
Yeah,
but like playing through it later, oh my god, playing through 1 is the worst. I tried
Oh,
playing through 1 and I was just
yeah.
like, this is terrible.
it really
Platinum
is.
the one twice.
Jesus Christ, man.
I really like 1.
And 1 was fun when it came out, and then 2 happened.
I still
and
think
it just
it's
never
fun.
looked back. Like, 2 was great, and then I even say like Chain of Memories was cool.
Okay, you know what? Now you're crazy.
Nah. It had a
I
cool
still
like theme, right? The card system was kind of jank. I'll say it. I don't care. But you got to play as Riku at the end. And I'm talking about
I
the Game Boy
still
Advance
to this
version.
day not gotten past the first world in not Toy Story, in Kingdom Hearts 3. I've never finished the I always went to the Toy Story world first. I don't know if that's like where you're supposed to go. I don't remember. But I would get to the end of the Toy Story world and just be like, well, I'm gonna stop.
Yeah, that game had a
pick it
weird
back up.
problem where like the early worlds are really long, and then like the worlds towards the end are like really short. So like the Frozen world is super short, the Tangled world is also super short, but
Yeah.
like Toy Story feels like 2 worlds combined. Hercules world feels pretty long.
But 3's problem was like the Disney worlds were literally just like carbon copies of like the movie, with just like Sora, Mickey, or Sora, Donald, and Goofy in the background, just doing whatever. Like there was no like.
It's looking really out of place.
Yeah, they were really out of place and had nothing to do with like the Kingdom Hearts story at all. I don't know. I'm 30 years old and complaining about Kingdom Hearts.
That's the right age.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
You know, but like. Anyway, yeah, that's another good example of a fucking game that gives you everything and then takes it away. Well,
What I was gonna
in a
say, in
sequel.
Kingdom Hearts' case, like you don't get to play as you don't get to use Sora with like his new upgraded kit, like when you start the new games. Like he
Yeah.
loses it in a cutscene.
Yeah.
Essentially.
That is true. Okay.
But it's the potential. You can see it.
What's the implication?
Yeah, it's the implication.
You don't get the joy of like touching the controller and feeling the smooth like
You don't get the joy of
Gameplay.
touching Sora after puberty.
oh no. I didn't want to go there.
Oh, what is
Why
it?
not? Just say yes, Nick. It's fine.
But, yeah.
Whenever Michael says that, you should never agree.
Michael will never leave me wrong.
Exactly. He's right. We
I-
have different definitions, but yeah, we're right.
Michael's like gaslighting, gatekeeping girl boss. That's how he is.
I know that first part's correct.
Anywho, any other thoughts about anything?
What do you guys think about how games come out expecting to not be complete or finished or working?
I just expect that about every game coming out now.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
literally
open
every
beta or whatever it's called. Or,
Pretty much.
yeah.
I fucking hate it.
Yeah, the idea
Early
of
access,
early
they're-
access
they're-
on release.
But they're incentivized at this point
Yeah,
because they get bought fucking anyway.
yeah, they get bought, and then the craziest part: some games will release DLC for those like open beta games. It's like just to get more money out of you.
Yeah. I was playing I played Marvel Snap for a bit. It was like the card game made by the guy who made one of the guys who made Hearthstone, and it's just like a fun little very quick Marvel card game on mobile. And it was fun, but I remember when they announced the game, they did like a influencer alpha sort of thing to get some people to like look at the game, but they were still like testing stuff. And I remember maybe like a month later seeing a thing on Twitter that was like, we're doing our season 1. Look at all the new changes. And I look, and it's like the game's still not released. Like you're still in alpha doing now season 1. Like what the fuck?
Makes no goddamn sense.
Like we said it earlier, but Hades was early access, and you know,
Was it really?
Yeah.
yeah,
shit, I
for,
didn't
it
know
was
that.
it was early access for quite some time, and you
Yeah,
know,
it was early access on whatever on Epic Store, right? And
it
then
was
the,
yeah, I
like
think
the
it was Steam
1.0
Greenlight.
or something was the
No, you're right. You're right. It was Epic.
yeah, and then the release was when it came off of that.
I know
Yeah.
It's not being talked about as much, but fuck Epic.
Yeah, indeed.
Epic,
Yeah.
The what is it? The store?
The
Or
concept, yes.
Yes.
Oh,
The concept of epicness.
being
Yeah,
epic.
yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
I hate to say that because like Steam needs a good competitor. Like it has a bunch of really mediocre ones, and having a good one would be great. But holy fuck, the Epic Store is such garbage still,
Yeah.
and it's amazing that it's still so bad.
It's fucking annoying. Like when you have like, I get it. Like you said, it's good to have a competitor.
And it's incentivized, and it's the fact that they don't care. Like there's like negative amounts of care in the fact that it is garbage. Like because they make just so much money that they don't need their platform to be good. Like just having it's enough.
I just hate having to wait a year to get my shit on Steam.
Yeah.
Like it's a pain in the ass. Like I fucking what is that it's the game where you have like 4 people and you're in the caravan and it's like a 2D kind of game, like an RPG.
Oregon Trail?
that Oregon Trail game that we played for a while before that wasn't
Not
Oregon
that
Trail?
one. It's Darkest Dungeon.
Ah.
They released
Darkest
Dungeon 2 on Epic.
is on Epic, yeah.
Have to wait a year for that to come out. Chivalry 2 had to wait a year for that to come out. It's just really annoying at this point.
But I wanted to bring up the idea of games coming out incomplete because of what Matt was talking about before we had audio working with Callisto Protocol just released. That game just doesn't function correctly. Dark Tide just doesn't work 90% of the time. Pokemon is just a functionally broken game.
Yeah. But ironically enough, one of the more
but
fun Pokemon
they're
games.
all
It's still
I
fun,
don't
yeah.
know about Colossus. Yeah, but like
Colossus
that's what I'm
back.
saying. Like Dark Tide is still really well reviewed and is still selling really well from what I've heard. Pokemon is one of the highest selling Pokemon / Switch games of like all time.
That's
Like
always happens though.
Would you
I mean,
say that's
Callisto Protocol
AAA?
had other garbage, but
Pokemon?
yeah, I would.
It's not made in
Like
house.
Sword
though.
and Shield.
Like
Sword and Shield
Nintendo-
was also like fuck them.
It's made by Game Freak, which is like essentially in-house for Nintendo, but also the amount of people who worked on the game is immense. Like there was like 500 people on those credits.
What the fuck?
Like,
How did all 500 people?
I was too busy listening to Ed Sheeran to
yeah,
read all the names.
The only voice acting in the game.
thing.
Yeah.
Legitimately, when I put credits, I was like, I want to see if the QA people were the same people that were in Arceus, and then I was so distracted by the Ed Sheeran song, I forgot to look.
Oh man.
I don't think it is because they were side by side.
That's what he does, man.
Like Arceus and Scarlet Violet were made side by side. That's why not a lot of
Yeah,
features
I'm
were
sure.
from it.
Were they? I heard Arceus is the better game though.
It is
Arceus is a terrible game. I hate that game.
Really?
great game.
I've only heard people praising it lately.
I had fun with
A
it.
lot of people. Well, I also come into this perspective as someone who really enjoys the traditional Pokemon experience, and that game had no semblance of multiplayer in it, like, and no semblance of battling or ever even keeping your Pokemon. Like the game's entire purpose was catch new Pokemon to replace your old one and just hope the battle works.
Yeah, the battle system sucked.
Yeah, the battle system was just ridiculous. People just liked it because they could run around in an area, spam catch Pokemon, like, which is
Yeah, I
fine.
wanted
But
that.
which is fine if you want to go play a Pokemon Ranger game. Like,
Okay.
More of those, so fuck off. They're not gonna make any mystery dungeon either. God damn it.
yeah,
Well, they might. They
I would love a Conquest too. I love that game.
Speaking of remake, I want Conquest 2, god damn it. But fucking speaking of that, Blue Mystery Team was remade. Remember that?
Blue Mystery?
Yeah.
What is that?
Yeah,
came
Pokemon
out
Mystery
on Switch.
Dungeon. For the Switch, yeah, I beat it, and it didn't have everything like the original did.
Pokemon
I'm
Snap also
pretty
got
sure it
remade,
did.
and that was a good remake.
Is that a remake or a reboot?
Pokemon Snap, it was a remake. It was like, or I guess it was a reboot.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
not Todd. You're not my main man, Todd.
They
Is that his
also
name?
released on the
Yeah, I
Rebels.
know the fucking lore, damn it.
Oh, okay. I didn't know Todd was the main character of Pokemon Snap.
They also
Hell yeah.
released the
You know, he
original
looked like
Pokemon
Todd.
Snap on the virtual store.
He
so-
shows up. Todd shows up in the new one as like a cameo. Like, hey guys, I'm still helping with pictures. Bye.
Really? Is he like 30 or something? Or no?
He's probably like 57. It's okay. Who cares?
Oh.
No, he looks the same.
Oh. That's fun.
The time kept on slipping.
Man.
Into the future.
Into the fucking future.
God, dude. I'm so like disappointed with this Pokemon game, man. It's so fun, but it's not what I thought it was gonna be. I don't think I think everybody might
Well-
have the same opinion. I don't know.
What did you expect it to be? Because you have very
you're
little
not someone who.
Well,
Pure
Shut the
Pokemon,
fuck
so-
up. You have never played
Alright.
Pokemon.
Well, no,
I
I
have.
mean that I really want to know what your expectations were.
Fucking, did you expect like the game to like jerk you off while you're playing? Like what did you get out of
Yes!
it?
Yes, I did!
By a Gardevoir.
Yeah, the hot one. You know the one. The green lady.
Yeah, the Gardevoir.
Is
I
that
should have said
Gardevoir?
Gallade.
Oh, okay. Well,
The one point, every Pokemon game since like Diamond and Pearl has been horrible, like horrible. On release, especially. Like all of them have had horrible performance issues and terrible bugs.
yeah. Well, man, the only Pokemon games I played
This is a new forums.
were like the original, like Blue, right, when I was a kid, and Gold, right, and then like 10 years go by, and then I played like X and Y for like a little bit, but I was so confused with all the fucking new Pokemon that I didn't know what to do, so I quit playing that, and then
X and Y is my favorite.
yeah,
Yeah.
really,
Black and White 2 was so good on at the end.
Yeah,
I
it
heard
was.
Black and White 2 was good.
Yeah, those are my
Yeah.
second favorite. Very close second favorite.
Yeah.
My only problem with X and Y was it was the first game that like, well, it was a very short game that didn't have like a lot of original stuff in it, and it was also like a disappointingly small new Pokemon roster. It was like
Oh,
70 Pokemon,
But
that's a lot. What
Fairy
is it?
types.
That's a lot.
but it had Mega Evolutions, which was amazing.
and fairy types.
Fairy type was whatever.
Eat my ass. Fairy types are rad.
I
Yeah, they
also-
are, but
Fairy
I mean,
Jigglypuff got useful, kinda.
Jeez.
He'll look at the barrel of a fucking dragon's mouth and be like, "Fuck you, man. Eat my dick. Nothing hurts me."
Well, when did X and Y come out? Like 2013 or something like that, I think.
Probably 70 years ago. Who knows?
on the
I think
3DS
it was,
cycle.
yeah, I think it was like a 3DS, like early game on 3DS.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So like 2012, 14, somewhere between there, I guess. But
Yeah, you gotta consider it came out like what when the was it the 3?
2013.
Yeah, it was the 3DS.
oh,
Yeah,
2013.
it was on 3DS. Yeah, it was October 12th, 2013.
Okay. So I played that. Didn't play anything between there, and then I tried Sword for like a little
Hell
bit,
yeah.
like last year.
The most mid Pokemon game.
It was okay. I didn't
Well,
mind it.
We're okay.
That's the
It
thing.
was okay. I
Like
didn't finish it.
Sword and Shield, yeah, Sword and Shield were really mid on release. They were really buggy. They had a lot of like they cut a ton of fan favorite Pokemon stuff, and then
And Pokemon.
DLC, and then the DLCs came out and had a great story, a ton of performance improvements, and added a ton of new and better Pokemon and good
that's
old
fine,
Pokemon.
but you shouldn't like base a game's like a game being good on its DLC. Like
Yeah, that's what I'm saying though. Is like no Pokemon game since like Gen 4 has been a remotely good game on release. But in their end state, they're great.
Gosh, man. It feels like Pokemon's weirdly in this kind of like
Money,
That's
give
also-
us.
limbo.
That's also the
Give
point
us
that
your
I'm trying
money.
to make. That's also the point I was trying to bring up is
You want
like
Slowpoke? Give us
the idea
money.
that that's how games are now, is that the game is not going to work. You're
Yeah.
going to pay for the game, and you'll be lucky if you get an EXE if it's on Steam half the time. And then, you know, you wait 2 years with it in your library, and then you play the fan patch that fixes everything and makes the game good. And it's like the game was always like Cyberpunk. The game had a great story, but it was horribly fucked.
Yeah.
Like there was a good game in there, but it was horribly fucked for 2 years until they could fix it. Like,
Yeah, and now it's a
What's
great
money
game.
now though?
Now it's a great game, but God, that was also like it's still not living up to all the promises that they promised in that game too.
no, yeah,
Like,
no, not at all. But
It's supposed to be a role-playing game, and it
That's
was
a
more
different
action.
thing.
Yeah, like there's nothing you can do in the game except for shoot bad guys, and then go from
Shoot
point A to
minorities.
point B, talk to this person, talk to this person. Other than
Shoot
that,
like Jamaican minorities.
yeah, that's it. That's all you can do in the game. There's like, there's no other.
I mean, normally
like,
that's
random
okay,
shit.
but
Yeah, but like, for like a big game like Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
Because I would say Cyberpunk's what AAA.
like, they had like
right?
no gang-specific quests, right? Like no like, oh, let's take this. No, they're just enemies randomly.
Yeah, and like there's nothing else you can do. There's like no mini games. There's like no RP
I
elements
wanna-
that you can do. Like,
I want to mindfuck Johnny. Come on.
there's an arcade game that you can play.
Well, yeah, I
where
heard.
you chase Wretch from Witcher.
well, that's cool. That's awesome. I'm so glad they
Let
put that in
Keanu
there.
rail me.
Look, not every game
Yeah.
could be No Man's Sky.
Yeah, that's a unique case too, huh?
What?
No Man's Sky
No Man's
started off
Sky.
terribly. Like,
Mm,
and
but they redeemed themselves over and
They
over.
made a lot of promises with that game, and then it took like,
They didn't keep him in the beginning, but they brought him in later.
yeah,
yeah.
once
give
a
'em that.
decade.
Yeah. Then they still give, and they're all free updates, and they still give free updates.
Yeah.
They had one recently.
For No Man's Sky, they're still updating that game.
They're still updating that motherfucker
God damn.
for free. No deal, no paid DLC. They're like, we know we did our bad. Here you go.
Well, that's good. That's how you get
Yeah,
people back
you
to
look at them now. People are like, oh yeah, it's a perfectly great game.
it. Yeah. That's good. Shit. I don't know. I just want to be able to chill in Cyberpunk and make, hang out with
Get
Keanu.
railed by Keanu.
Yeah. Remember that one scene? I don't know if you ever got to it where you go on a roller coaster with Keanu Reeves. Remember that? It was really cool.
No, I did the Ferris wheel.
Oh, wait, is there a Ferris wheel option?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know that. But I want to do
Yeah,
like weird
I
stuff
made
like
that
that.
up.
You know, like small little things in video games. Like, Splatoon's a good example, I think, where you get your own like personal locker to like decorate and then like put stickers on. Let's make something that's uniquely yours in a game.
I love Splatoon because I can make artwork of my parents fighting and show everyone.
Yeah.
Sure,
I
I've
mean,
seen
yeah, you can. You can do that.
You could also post your sick furry fan art.
Yeah,
Oh, goddamn, absolutely.
that's true. And there's a lot of good artists out there. I don't know how they do it. but
He's
But-
talented. I give him.
they're talented. I rate it fresh. But, it's like I love that shit in video games where it'll give you like an opportunity to be creative. You know, I love that. It's so good. I wish games had more of that. And then like Cyberpunk, I wish you could do cool things like that in that game.
You should do anything that's not just game.
Yeah, like I don't want to just shoot people. If I wanted to do that, I'll play COD.
I want to terrorize people.
Yeah.
You just go melee.
I mean, all right.
But then you get arm blades, and life's still cool.
Look, Nick, not every like open world game can be like Yakuza, where you have like 18 different
Where you
That's
games.
what
by
I
the
want.
Yakuza.
though. Yakuza's a great example of like adding in bullshit that just makes the game fun. That has nothing
You
to
can
do with the
fucking
raid.
beat up people, and then you go play like race cars.
Yes,
Little tiny ones.
yes, you can kick kids'
Yeah.
ass in a fucking race car game. That's great.
And it's encouraged.
Yes.
Like a 40-year-old man's in an arcade playing a game against a little kid, and like
Yeah, I
you're
love
fighting
that.
beetles against each other.
I
You
love
can
that
fucking
shit.
collect cards to have like half-naked bug women fight.
Yeah, that's the one.
It's hilarious. It's amazing. And then like it'll go from super serious like a J drama, you know, of like you like your friend like betraying you, and then like immediately the next thing you can go do is go to like a porn house and then jack off in a room and then go out and fight more people. The game's
You
great.
can do a phone dating mini game.
Yeah, that part too.
Too.
Yeah. And then do you remember that one part Where like he goes to meet the girl or whatever, and it's not at all how he envisioned, and he was like, "Oh,
Absolutely.
I need to go."
Bye.
yeah. Kiri is
I think
awesome.
I think
boy.
everything
I'm
you're
too hot
talking
for
about
this
is
pie.
zero.
Best boy.
And then like fucking Majima fucking shows up under a fucking road cone.
Yeah.
And he's just like, alright,
Oh,
let's
that's
fight.
Kiwami.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah. Good games. Really good games. They need to add stuff like that in more games. I wish they did. You know, Pokemon needs that. I want to do Pokemon mini games. You know, I want to go fishing for
Moved a
Magikarp.
lot of that.
I miss Joint Avenue, goddammit.
Every game needs a fishing mini
I
game.
don't miss Joint Avenue, but
Shut the fuck up.
there's
Every
You
a
guys
lot of
play,
other
like,
things.
the,
I miss being able to change your clothes.
Did y'all play the Mortal
Yeah.
Kombat games on the PS2?
on the PS2, no.
Yeah.
But I've seen
I'm
some
fairly
cutscenes.
certain. I'm fairly certain the last, and like we can use Tekken as an example with this too. But like I'm pretty sure like one of the last PS2 Mortal Kombat games, they just included a kart racing game.
Did they? Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll
And then
take
you
it.
know, Tekken has like the Tekken bowling, and it's just like completely like unnecessary thing
Yeah.
that just
But it makes the game
dumb
fun.
fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, back especially back in like PS2 era where you had to add value to your game to make your game like a good purchase decision. Like now you don't have to do that because games are not,
They're not
a
finished.
kid trying to convince it. It's not a kid trying to convince his parents of why he needs this game. It's the person who gets off work is just going to buy this game because he sees it and he goes, "Oh yeah, I want to play that."
Yeah. Man. Alright, good points.
Any other topics? Anything else going on?
We get railed by Keanu.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I want to be able to use
Goddamn.
my small penis in Cyberpunk. What the fuck up? What is? What the fuck up was that?
That you have
Why
mods for that.
Because when are they gonna make another Gal gun?
A gal gun. Oh, that.
Shut up.
Jesus Christ. Where's DOA 2? Wait,
100.
Which-
Aren't
which one are
they
they on?
bringing back the DOA now?
I have no idea.
Wait,
I
what?
heard that recently, but I haven't like looked into it or confirmed if that's
The
real.
fighting game or
the-
the fucking perverted
Yes.
game? Well, they're
Yes.
both perverted.
Yes.
Well, no, that's the thing. Porn games are just allowed on Steam now, so they don't have to like hide it in a
Oh
fighting
my
game.
god, yeah, dude, that's
They
hilarious.
can just do both.
Yeah. Oh my god, they can. It'll make the game more fun. Listen to us. Listen to us, Ninja. Please.
This is how you get money.
Let me be your money connoisseur. I'll tell you what
Ninja.
games will sell. Just add boobies to everything, and it'll make the game sell. Like, add boobies in Pokemon.
Yeah,
God damn it.
movies.
Let's make it M-rated. Let's have our first rated M. Pokemon. That's a
They have
There
ROM
was
hacks.
something
that's
else.
December 10th. I'm gonna cut that out.
I feel like there was something else that I heard. No, we can't cut the whole thing out. There was something else that I heard Team Ninja was like talking about or possibly making that seemed awesome, but I can't
Oh,
let
I
me
know
remember what it
what
is
you're
right
talking
now.
Physics. What the fuck is it? It's the. What the fuck? Was that the samurai game? Or it was like Sekiro?
Maybe I'm gonna look it up.
What are you talking about?
Oh, man.
Sekiro Beach Volleyball.
Yeah, that'd be
Ghost
cool.
of Tsushima?
Not Ghost of
Ghost of
Tsushima.
Tsushima Volleyball.
Um,
Oh, I know
Yeah,
what
I
you're talking
completely
about. I know what
tuned
you're
you out.
talking
Like,
about.
what
It's
are you
like
talking
black and
about?
white. It's like side by side.
yeah.
A black and white like samurai game?
I think so. It's not Ghost
Trek
of
to
Tsushima.
Yomi?
It might be that. I think that's Korean.
to
though.
Yoma?
I don't know if that's
Trek to Yomi.
That's
Trek to
definitely
Yomi.
not Korean. That's definitely not Korean.
Is it not? There's a Korean game that looks really dope. But I can't think of it. I thought it was Team Ninja, but
Oh no, I'm
Yes, life
mixing.
experience.
I'm mixing the DOA news with the thing I heard. I heard a rumor that, or I read a rumor that Team Ninja was planning on working on either Ninja Gaiden remakes or Dead or Alive, or a new
Oh.
Dead or Alive.
oh okay.
I was combining the things I had heard in my head.
I don't think they're gonna come out with another Dead or Alive. The fighting game
You should
probably
just come
didn't
out
sell
with another
last time.
Virtual Fighter. Fuck Dead or Alive.
Nah, Virtua. Nah. I don't think
Virtua
Virtua
Life
Fighter did well. I mean, it's still free to play on PlayStation.
I gave you a
So is
lace
the OA 6.
parasol.
Yeah, but DOA 6 is like
DOA?
didn't they have to like censor some of like the default outfits in order to try to make it appropriate for
For
like-
esports or
Yeah,
something like that.
yeah. I don't think they had
Yeah,
to do it for
esports.
any default outfits. I know they had to they banned just all cosmetics at a point, like all the alternates, but I didn't remember any for defaults.
Yeah, I'm not too sure.
But I also didn't pay that much attention to it.
I played the free to play version,
'Cause
and that was about it.
Less boobies.
I remember Ryan had a hack on the free-to-play version that unlocked everything.
Oh, I
played
had that too. Yeah, yeah. Never mind, I did play
Yeah,
it.
didn't Ryan also like
For all
100%
intents and
honey pop?
purposes, those are jokes.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
There's no hack.
there is no hack.
God, I love this hack.
Oh, Nick, I
Three-
think I know what like Korean game you were talking about. Is it that troubleshooter game? It's like XCOM.
Troubleshoot. No. No.
That's what I do every day, dude.
Are you talking about the? Oh, fuck. It has like a girl with red hair and like a yellow jacket or something like that.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about. I
have
hate
it.
that game.
Yeah, it's shit. Again.
Okay, because I remember you telling me you were excited to play.
It's
I was.
absolute garbage.
I was really
It's
excited to
bad.
play because it seemed cool, but I played it and it's terrible. Like,
It's so fucking
it
boring.
crashed
What's the
on me
review?
like at one specific spot in the game over and over and over again, and it just would not work. The translation
Well, yeah,
was bad.
it's trying to get you to troubleshoot it.
Ah,
Oh shit!
very immersive. That's true.
Well-
I'm deleting this game.
It is what it says.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like I do this in my goddamn job. Fuck off. It's just deleted.
Yeah, pretty much. God, man. Well, I don't remember the game. I was trying to think of, but I could see it in my brain.
It was probably Dad in the Shower simulator.
Shower with your dad simulator.
Shower with
Let's-
your dad simulator.
Let's bring those up, because
No.
I love those stupid indie games. Like,
Genital jousting.
you remember what started it? I felt like the Bread Simulator started this whole weird
Goat
like.
simulator.
Was Goat Simulator?
I think that was the beginning of the end. I mean, they had farming simulator,
No,
but it wasn't like
Yeah,
funny.
I think they existed before that, but Goat Simulator was like a big pinnacle of
This is
that
stupid,
kind
and I
of-
love it.
Yeah.
This is stupid. This is just capitalizing on the stupid.
Yeah, but ironically,
We're all playing it.
enough. Yeah, we're all playing it. And
It was-
amazing.
It was like a parody of itself.
pretty much.
Like
yeah.
they definitely existed before that.
Yeah. Okay. I could see that a little bit. What was the other one? Like, there was Toast Simulator.
Bread simulator, yeah.
Yeah.
And a game called I Am Bread.
You can never,
I
you
Am
can't be
Bread.
bread
That's
again.
what it was. That's what it was.
Oh god, I forgot about that game.
Yeah. And then
Don't forget Bee Simulator.
Bee Simulator.
Yeah, there's a bee simulator now.
Uh,
You can play as a bee, and you simulate.
wow. It's in the
I
name.
never played it.
Oh.
Who guessed?
It's pretty good. Alright. Well, we're coming up on an hour.
Oh shit.
It's pretty good. Pretty good. I think so. Any closing thoughts?
Bring back Ben.
Let's not. He's dead. And so is his family.
Let's not.
Bring
No,
him
no,
back.
Let's cut that.
No, bring him back.
we'll bleep it out.
Yeah, bleep over it. Just never,
Yeah, we'll bleep it out.
never
Let me
think.
let me write a
Make them
note.
think like you said. I said something horrible.
Damn, play Galgun.
Don't play Galgun. Don't ever play
What?
Galgun.
Galgun.
All right.
Put in Galgun.
Yeah, but if it, make him the angel.